Hello everyone! Today we're going to make a delicious Tarragon Eggfu scramble. The reason I'm calling it Eggfu is because it looks like and partially tastes like scrambled eggs, but it's tofu. Well, it doesn't quite taste like eggs, but either way it's good. You ready? Let's go. Now what you will need is a container of extra firm tofu, a half a tablespoon of garlic powder, a half a tablespoon of Italian seasoning or oregano if you have that, and a half a tablespoon of tarragon. Now a lot of people don't have tarragon and that's okay. If you don't have it, just skip it and we'll name your scramble Eggfu instead of Tarragon Eggfu. You'll also need a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of Himalayan or sea salt, and lastly the secret ingredient is kala namak. It's a Himalayan black salt. If you don't have it, it's okay, it tastes fine without it, but it does add a little bit of a sulfur flavor to bring out that egg taste if that's what you want. There's a link in the description bar where you can purchase it from Amazon. A couple other things we're going to add are some chopped tomatoes, chopped zucchini, some chopped yellow and orange peppers, 1/4 of a cup of cilantro, and 1/3 of an onion thinly sliced. To be honest, whatever you have in your fridge, go ahead and throw it in there. Some red peppers, green peppers, whatever you have on hand, that's what I did. Okay, so first we're going to start sauteing those onions in a little bit of olive oil on medium heat. Stir it up and cover for about 5 minutes to get some of those onion sugars to caramelize. While that's doing its thing, let's open the tofu and drain out all the water. Then place it on a cutting board and put it aside. Alright, back to those onions. So now that we see that it has a nice golden color, let's go ahead and take out the tofu and crumble it into the pan. Now we're going to stir those onions along with the tofu, and then we're going to add our seasonings. Once we've added the seasonings, let's leave it uncovered for about 5 minutes. We want those flavors to marinate, but also want some of that tofu moisture to evaporate out. Alright, now we're going to add the zucchini, peppers, and half the cilantro. I like adding them closer to the end so it's in there long enough to get the seasonings, but short enough so it still has a little bit of a crunch. Now go ahead and stir, and we'll let that cook for another 3 minutes or so, or at least till the liquid is almost cooked out. Okay, at the very end we're going to add our tomatoes. Helpful tip! Tomatoes and peppers are really high in vitamin C, and the more heat that they're exposed to, the more that vitamin C is destroyed. So that's why I like to put them at the very end and cook them very little. Alright, so now that those tomatoes are put in there, we're going to reduce the heat and let it sit for another 5 minutes just so the tomatoes can get warm. Look at that! Hot and delicious! To finish this off, we're going to sprinkle with a little cilantro, and then if you want to make it real fancy, top it with some avocado and a fresh squeeze of lemon. I've added some of my homemade spelt bread and some plant-based butter to finish off this breakfast. I'll be posting a recipe for both of those pretty soon. And there you have it, our delicious Tarragon Eggfu scramble. Let me know in the comments what you think and if there's anything you would add to your scramble that you think I should try. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope I've inspired you on your whole food plant-based journey. Learn more ways that are guaranteed to keep you healthy through the 8 laws of health by clicking on the links in the description bar. And until next time, God bless.